Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, back with some more Cursed Mountain. We're under pressure because if we don't keep collecting oxygen we'll die of hypoxia. This almost sounds like some sort of George Watsky rap, and we're dying. That's this game in a nutshell. Rumble? Alright, calm down. What? I approached this wall and then suddenly it felt like I got teleported backwards, but I didn't. So I can climb this. Then why does it look like I can keep going around to the left? The clockwise? The left from this perspective. This per-left No. You cannot combine left and perspective to form a vaguely clever sounding word. Tess, you spoon. Ask not what the monks can do for the babies. Ask what the babies can do for the monks. Nothing, because they're babies. I'm in one of those moods, aren't I? Ah, well. Not every episode can be a winner. Also, are we at the top of the mountain yet? Because this is looking very top. Like Shane top, but without the attitude. Hello there, sir. Speaking of the attitude, well, there's the top, there's the attitude. You know, here's the church, here's the steeple, open the doors, and beep, beep, beeple. Okay, I feel like that merits a little bit of an explanation. It was from Twitter. One of my friends was asking, why is it that some people use y'all to address one person? And honestly, I do that sometimes. So I felt like I had to weigh in, and I said, because some people are actually not people, but many bees pretending to be one person. And some of us can sense those people. First of all, excuse you. That's really, like real talk, kind of out of character as serious business, kind of. That is really not an okay thing to say. That seriously belittles actual rape victims. I know Mingma was also a victim of rape, but I mean, you can't say, I am angry at this man because he climbed a mountain, and then compare that to rape. Like, the fact that he raped Mingma, yeah, that's the bad bit, but the fact that he climbed a mountain, you can't compare that. That is, like, real talk, not to get all tumblery, but real talk, that's not okay. Stop making me die. But also, thanks for the oxygen. Okay, so anyway. Some of us can sense these bee people, or beeple, if you will. To which my friend replied, beep beeple. Because beep beep bee people. Don't explain the joke, it's not funny, it's surreal at best, and surreal and funny aren't the same thing, Tess. Nobody loves you. What? That, I feel like that went a bit too far on the self-effacing train. Also, can you be helped up over yonder? Ooh, ghosty goos! And there are 3 legs between them. And I keep missing because I'm just terrible at life. Now, the thought occurs, I'm getting little to no haptic feedback from this response. Like the Wiimote's not rumbling when I make impact with them. But then again, yes it is. Because part of me was thinking, well, I turned the rumbling off when I was recording Mario Galaxy Versus. So that wouldn't interfere with the recording. But I feel like I've turned it back on since. So I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Also, first rule of this channel, never mention Mario Galaxy Versus. Now, which way go? Because they came from up here, but there's also an up there. And this looks like further up. But then who's... Are we going to have another incident like 2 episodes ago, where I almost go the wrong way and then go the right way instead? Like, yeah, the mountain just keeps going. Then what was up there? I have the oxygen for it. Maybe this is a secret way. Maybe I will not miss the last prophecy like I did the previous one. The 7th. I think, was it the 7th I missed? I think it was. Was it Elliot's toilet I saw? I've mentioned that before. If you spell Elliot with 1 L, then that's a palindrome. I've never encountered anyone who does spell Elliot with 1 L, but hey. The toilet. That is all. Ooh, oxygen. Ocarina of Oxygen. Not funny. Random, perhaps, but not funny. See, I could still up this way as well. The game, must you mix all of your signals? Unless these both meet in the middle and then upwards and inwards. Okay, that was a terrible description and it needs a diagram, but I'm not going to be bothered to make a diagram, so... If this wraps around and forms like a loop with the other path, and if we have to turn right and go up... Never mind. Okay, I hit you like 5 times. You don't get to lag palm me when you're stunned, good sir. Honestly. Take... Just take. I prefer the diagonal slashes so much more than the front and back ones, because the game is shit at recognizing them. You're about to give me even more oxygen. Like, if we were to turn right and then like, go through an upwards path here. Yeah, more oxygen, don't even need it. And then if I were to continue around the way that I'm going, that were to wrap around and connect to the other path that I rejected, then that's however I started the sentence.
Strange feeling. Primeval force. Feels like... curse started here.
I guess you could call it a cursed mountain. That's the whole fucking point. Why am I so self-critical today? Like, it's sort of... that in itself will stop being funny, and I'm dying. I don't mean to keep making that reference, but we have a death field, and oxygen, and more money. Can I even shoot that from this distance? Ah, you're not letting me shoot it from a distance. Boo. Alright, you just Jesus right through me. Tea, biscuits, biscuits, fuck this tea, in the words of that one anime opening. I say that one because I don't know what... Excuse you! I was doing a thing! You cannot penalise me for not responding to your attacks when I'm in the middle of an animation for something completely different. And in that case, I couldn't move at all! Because I was in the middle of attacking you, and you didn't take stun damage for... Why aren't you being stunned? That's part of the combat. You're supposed to be stunned for a moment while I take recoil from hitting you. That's... God, game, get good at yourself. Seems a touch unfair. Okay, what's this camera angle supposed to tell me? That looks like a wall I can climb, but it's not letting me climb it. Game, stop being useless. Stupid game, you made me look bad, except that's useless, not useless. Eustace Hex, no. Doesn't quite sound comparable. Okay, trying to make a terrible linguistics joke here, but it's like if you're speaking Portuguese and you're trying to say with the parable, then it's comparable. No. Just stop it. Oh good, I didn't even see that he'd had a red symbol applied to him. I just, well, the ghost. I just mashing the A button in the vain hope that I'm doing the correct. You know, because I've had to do the dresser. Do I have any memes of my own apart from John the Weenie Man? I haven't referenced him in a while. Yay, the death has stopped. I can jog. I can't jog because oxygen. I mean, I have so many oxygen. It's just a question of, if I hold down the button to run, will that use up oxygen at such a rate as is consistent with my walking pace? Like, if it takes me half the oxygen meter to get from A to B in 12 seconds, which it won't, does that mean that in 6 seconds, but running the same distance, I will use up the same amount of oxygen? What, like, what's the economy here? Jomo Menmo, can you fucking control your blood fetish? Seriously, it's getting old. Just like the rest of us.
Where are you, Frank? Ole oxen free. I'll let you win this time.
Hundreds of years it's been up here, just waiting.
Okay, let's start down. The storm is getting worse.
No, I'm going to summit.
Bennett's gonna kill me, Frank. He sent me up here to keep you safe.
Try to stop me, and you'll get hurt.
The goddess won't like this, Frank.
She won't like this at all. I haven't changed. Headstrong. Just like me.
Which reminds me of something that I've been meaning to bring up for quite some time. I can never quite hear it. And I never remember to check for it in editing. But I feel like Frank and Eric don't have matching accents, because Eric is Scottish. I know we're supposed to go in there, I just want to see if there's anything. I just want to see if there's anything up here. God, I cannot enunciate to save my fucking life. Ugh. Beautiful. Oh, I can just keep going. Then what's the point of this cave? Apart from story, obviously. Yeah, as far as I can tell, like, Eric is definitely Scottish. He has a Scottish voice actor, that's all definite and confirmed and shit. But Frank, it feels like... Camera, thank you. It feels like, or it sounds like Eric has, like, some kind of... I don't know, either English or American, it's hard to tell. Well, thank you. Oh, so this isn't actually a cave. It looks deeper than it is. Disappointed! Yes, so there's that, and there's also the fact that... So, they have British actors, and by British I mean from Britain, so that includes Scotland. Well, technically Scotland's Great Britain. Like, England is England, Britain is England and Wales, Great Britain is England, Wales and Scotland, and then United Kingdom is Great Britain plus Northern Ireland. And then the British Isles are that plus regular Ireland. All the islands, every island in the world, by which I mean Ireland. But I digress. So they have British actors portraying the Simmons brothers, but it's so obvious that some of their lines are written by an American. Not all of them. Like, well, I mean, they're probably all written by the same person, but not all of them feel so obviously written by someone who doesn't know how British people speak. So there's the occasional bloody, which I feel like is more of a stereotype. Admittedly, a stereotype that I adhere to myself. But still.
Ghosts. Murder. Hungry. Many children.
But like the Oxenfree thing, which I'm only familiar with as an expression because of the game Oxenfree. That's an American thing. I've had lengthy conversations with Austin on Sugar in the past about the subtle differences between English and American English, and the nuances of how our various countries use the language. And there's something about circles and dots which he thought was universal, and like, nah bro, it's literally just you. Just, I get hints of that every now and then, and thank you for healing me, Ghost, even though there's a heal station there. Thank you for letting me save my incense sticks. How could you even spell it up here anyway? How does your nose even work at this point? To the, like, when I walk to university on a daily basis at the moment, because of the weather, by the time I'm just approaching the university building, like, my nose isn't running, but, like, the ends of my nostrils are moist. And I'm gonna read that before I forget, because that was a thing that happened in the last episode as well. Frank, what unspeakable fuck noises has your face made this time? Oh, for fuck's sake, must you have such a Luigi complex? I mean, even Luigi doesn't Luigi this hard. Good grief. Yeah, for a while I thought Luigi was the older brother because he was taller and for no other reason. Did I mention that child me used to think that Pokemon were typed according to their colour, or rather coloured according to their type, and so I spent ages believing that Spinda was a fire type?
White men come. White men will go. Trouble stay.
Do you have to make this a race thing? Is that really necessary, Jomo Menmo? Joe Malonzo? Alfod. Except that's not you, that's the alligator from Animal Crossing, and I love him with all my heart.
Southwest Ridge. High camp. Not far.
Oh yeah, there's another camp that we're aiming for. Like, we're on literally the top of a mountain, just not the main mountain, but an offshoot of the mountain. The mountain's shoulder. Ooh! A heel point. An S' heel point. A seal point. Arf, bork. I'm in one of those moods, aren't I? Why would you leave... Oh, because you're dead. I was going to say, why would you just randomly leave a book here, but then there's your corpse? Oh, I bet you're jealous of the fact that we have so much oxygen that it's not even ticking down anymore. Although I think that's because we kept getting so much oxygen that I think it's fuller than the meter will show. So we've got so much oxygen and it's not... And it's not, that's all. Well, your body's given up. Now... How make go? How how to please do a proceeding. What? Okay, no, that was bullshit. Just walk to a very specific, unmarked corner of the map, and then suddenly the camera will snap somewhere else, and you can climb down.
A mountain will come down when it's time.
Right, it'll just sprout legs and walk down the mountain by itself. It's a box! I mean, clearly this game is set in a world where the supernatural is very much real and possible, but still within a semi-realistic kind of diegesis. But it's a fucking box! It's not gonna come down by itself! I'm not justifying going up and plundering it by any means, I'm just pointing out her logic. Like, she's being an antagonist for the sake of it at this point. Much like other people that I could name, but I'm not going to because I'll just settle for university is stressful. That is all. That will be all, Susan. Who is Susan, apart from Europe Scalo 8's mother? Also, just look at the way he's making footprints there. That is not how feet print. Like, the timing of it is all off, and his right foot footprints there were the wrong way around. Just stop making footprints for a second there. That works too. I mean, you can't get them wrong if you don't make them. I have the weirdest aftertaste in my mouth right now, and I'm not even sure why. Can't even describe it. It's weird. I would flail to climb these bits faster, but there are so many of these white patches, and the game has taught me before that those are the patches that fall apart if you try to flail through them, so it's just not worth it. Also, we have a map of the Czech Republic here in the,
Kill hope, kill fear. Destroy money, expect nothing. Lose self, find all.
Excuse you, Jomo Menmo, I was talking about a country that you've never heard of because apparently everything apart from your way of life is wrong. There was a map, it looked like a map of Czechia in the non-white section of the wall there. So is this the other guy that we just found? Are they going to have one on him? Ooh, more oxygen. Oxygen. That was the noise that I just made. In case you didn't hear me the first time, break the big thing. There was nothing inside the big boy. Tee-hee? What? Morbid curiosity. Oh, Simon. Oh, Simon, I'm turning into Alexandra Burke. Topical? 5, no. More than 5. Shit, how long ago was 2009? Oh my god, 8 years. I can definitely count. Rip in peace, the most redundant of things. Also, are we there yet? Oh, well, we got ghosts, so clearly we're getting close to a something. Just one something. One of the technicians at I don't mean to keep bringing up university, but one of the technicians there, you know, I've sort of become friends with both of them. Oh, more ghosts. Didn't even realize. There, you can't get the drop on my ass. You can, but the other one can't. Yeah, I've been becoming friends with the technicians because I demonstrate her willingness to learn, I guess. As I've been having, like... Well, I was set up to have private, like, one-to-one sessions with them throughout the, my first semester at the university just to catch me up on all the equipment that they use, because obviously all the other students there have had an extra year, but I started on the second year. It's complicated. So I've sort of become friends with them by immersion. And he happened to mention to me that, like, obviously he didn't... Right. So the lead technician has a Twitch channel, but not for, like, regular streaming, just for streaming university stuff, just as a means of, like, backup recording stuff from the TV studio that we do, and that sort of thing. And his password for that is something1. Like, literally the word something followed by a 1. And obviously I'm not telling you what his email address is, so you can't hack the account by any means. But like, he told me that he does that. If there's a sassy message saying, "Oh, you have to, you can't just put something. Please put something as your password," and so he put something as his password. I wouldn't announce his email address to the internet anyway, but I don't remember it. So, ooh, we saw some ghost booty.
Up that slope.
This episode has positively flown by so far. I mean, it's practically over, but I've, like, sometimes this series, like, it's fun enough to do, but the episodes tend to drag on, especially in editing. Like, the editing this series is surprisingly boring, and I have no idea why, but this episode's been fun, so maybe it'll be tolerable to edit. I could jog this little way, and we can't flail up this at all because it's all ice. Hopefully there'll be a save point at the top, though, because it looks sufficiently end of chaptery. We entered the void, and then we can emerge in High Camp, where it's just a carbon copy of Base Camp, except they have like a little marijuana farm. Is that a marijuana on my good Buddhist mountain? What?
You seek Rava. Stupid man. Rava finds.
Did I'm sorry, Jomo Menmo. Show me on the diagram exactly where the fuck I asked you. God, I'm sure, from her point of view, my running commentary must be pretty insufferable, but jeez, can she shut up? Banana. Well, those are tents. We must have reached High Camp. Oh, actually, that does look sufficiently campy.
God. Made it. Must be High Camp.
Bit of a shit camp, but anyway. Yeah, might as well rest on this screen rather than actually pausing. Whatever. I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and in the next episode, well, I don't know. We've made it to High Camp. I have no idea what our next move's going to be, but we'll find out then. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.